Mount Gelmir. We're going to see the dwarves. Might be time for him. This might be a good little spot to take a bit of a break, though, huh? Stand up and walk around. Actually, might be able to squeeze another level out. Yeah. Yeah, take a little breather. Take 5. Do you think I disappointed anyone by not sticking with that fight earlier? Should I even care? Do you think people think I'm like a bad gamer? I like claim to like enjoy a hardest difficulty and then I walk away from a challenge. Do you think like people think I'm hypocritical? This is what I do when I'm off stream, man. I just talk to myself like that. And 2, no. Yeah. Some kind of talisman hunting? Yeah, I'm down. It'd be fun. Yeah, it's hard not to care, man. My name's Blurryface, and I care what you think. Sometimes more than others. Always in my own head, yeah, man. I just feel like there's times where people can... Like, I can, like, have one, like, negative experience or something. Or make, like, one mistake, and then I make, like, 100... I do, like, 100 good things, make one mistake, and then people will only latch on to that one mistake. You know? And, like, that one little thing will define you. I personally don't enjoy watching someone bash their head against the wall, yeah. Yeah, true, Doro. That's what people do in every aspect of life. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and I mean, it kind of gets under a magnifying glass when streaming. These kind of random thoughts that just, I don't know. Where my head's at, I guess. I've been in a very, like, introspective, self-reflecting kind of, like, few weeks since I started working on this song that I'm working on, really. It's getting me kind of more in my feels. And you guys know I'm a relatively sensitive guy, so I'm always, you know, I'm always being real, or at least for the most part, trying to be. But I like watching prog, but only when there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and obviously as long as the person is enjoying entertaining while doing it. Yeah, exactly. My opinion, everything you've done in Splatoon has been solid so far. Well, thank you, Frosty. Yeah, it's a tricky game. It's a tricky game to, like, go into blind. It probably would have been a little better to go, like, with Dark Souls 1, like I think you said, was, like, more linear. Starting with that may have been a little less daunting. I'm not, like, saying I'm not enjoying the game. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, this game is, like, incredible. But it might have been, like, a good warm-up instead of just jumping blind. But yeah, I'm gonna be filming some music video stuff tomorrow night. Which, by the way, no stream tomorrow night. Unless we do, like, a late night Final Fantasy something or other. Yeah, I'm gonna be shooting my music video. Getting some stuff. Getting some footage. But yeah, I don't know. I just get caught in my own head of like people's opinions. I know people just like want to see the main fights, right? So they might not be around for, they might only be like around for certain parts of the game. Like they'll chime in, see where I'm at, and then, you know, hang out for certain bosses and stuff. And I mean, I get it. I don't know. It's just weird. It's much different than any other game I've played on stream. So it's been odd. I don't know if I'll do like more Souls-like Souls-likes like this on this channel, at least. I might do like a more, I don't know, like off-stream type of thing. I mean, we'll see how I feel in the future. I don't know. It's not that I don't like the game. It just does bring out like a side of me. Some people that I've watched attempt to play this game and it's been questionable. Yeah, it's not easier for the faint of heart. The level design I think you'd like more, but I'll be honest, most of the games don't translate well to one another other than DS3 to ER, but they do teach you some fundamentals, yeah. Yeah, I thought I was like pretty prepared mentally for the style of game. Like I knew I was gonna get like owned, and it's like meant to be a challenge and stuff. And it's not even so much the challenge or the game itself, it's just kind of like the energy around it. I don't know how else to say it. Much memeage, yeah. Those like games do not do wonders for self-esteem. Yeah. It's not even that I feel bad. Like I've seen people play some bosses and stuff, and I feel like I do a better job than a lot of what I've seen. Or at least as good a job. It's not like, that's what I'm saying. It's not even so much the game. It's just kind of like the energy of it, like the vibe of it. I don't know what it is. Like there's no, I've never felt as like stressed with a playthrough than this one. And I mean, that's to be expected with Souls-like, but it's tiring, man. It takes a lot out of me because it's just like not in my lane as much, I guess. It's just like a whole different mindset that I have to like adapt to. And it's just like a weird time of my life to be adapting to it. This game in particular is depressing as fuck, not gonna lie. Yeah, just the whole horror aspect of everything too makes it even darker too. If you want to try and test something, it's very unforgiving. Yeah. Or try and learn something. Exactly. Like I feel kind of like as open-ended as it feels, I feel like I'm in a box unless I just completely go respec. Right? So it's like I shouldn't feel in a box because I can go respec if I wanted to. But then I'm going up against, I don't know, I have to go practice with that setup and learn that setup before I can even use it against like a boss or something. I don't know. Like I feel like I have to stick with this for this playthrough, and then if I did a future playthrough, it would need to be a different build. Like swapping on the fly, like switching to something else now, like a different build, doesn't feel right. But that's not to say that I'm like getting bored of this build. Like we like just got these weapons and like they're fun. They're fun. I'm interested to see how much I can like max out the potential of like this. Like I just want this to rip. You know what I mean? Like I want to big mondo damage. Get one of them off. Like grease up or whatever. Incantation. Like maybe we can go talisman hunting when I get back, but maybe we should look into like something like that as well. Like the more long-term buff thing. That's why I say it's hard on self-esteem. This game is nothing but trolling even when trying to learn. Yeah. And it doesn't help, like, it doesn't help when, like, there's, like, the get good stuff. Like, yeah, I can be sensitive at times, but, like, it's tricky, man. Like, life is hard right now for Lil and I. Like, we're happy, but, like, it's not, like, the happiest, like, or, like, the best part of my life right now. There's, like, a lot of shit going on and a lot of scary, you know? So it's, like, it's that coupled with, like, trying to make people happy, playing something that's out of my comfort zone, even though I'm enjoying it, and then, like, feeling almost like a punching bag at times, or just, like, I don't know. It just kind of comes with, like, the turf of being the streamer. It's like, okay, this is the streamer. Like, this is where, you know, people can come and just, you know, not literally beat up the streamer, but, like, I don't know what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to say exactly. It's a place where people can just, like, I don't know, like, you're the streamer, you got to be picked on, but, like, sometimes I'm not really in the mood, you know? And, like, there's something about this game that just kind of brings that out. And it's tricky because I'm not used to it, man. Like, that's not, that's just not what I'm used to when I'm gaming. That's why I stopped playing, like, competitive games and stuff. And, like, gaming like that. Like, I love the personal challenge, single player challenge, and, like, I like doing the hardest difficulty because it's just better content. Like, just doing playthroughs on story mode is not, it's just not as entertaining to watch. For me. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm watching someone do a playthrough, I'd much rather, like, I'm way more interested when they're on the hardest difficulty. Like with your Grandmaster, when I found that out, Frosty, that you're playing it on Grandmaster, I was way more interested. You know? So it's like that's the content that I want to see. But it's challenging, man, especially when you're not, like, in the best mental. And then I'm looking at, like, the most nightmarish fuel on stream, and I, like, actually struggle with real life nightmares, like, daily. I'm tired, man. Planning future strats, huh? Sorry if I've been teasing you. No, Kola. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's okay to, like, tease the streamer. Like, I know when you guys are just, like, goofing around and, like having fun like that. And it's not, don't get me wrong, that's not, like, the issue. The get good stuff is, like, that's not really what gets to me. But when I'm, like, at, like, a mental low, it's just jarring for me to, like, go live, because it's, like, my place where I can, like, chill, you know, and veg out with homies. And then I play this game and it's just like, it's masochism, as Dorism would put it. And then on top of that, like, people don't give a shit as much as they would unless I'm at, like, a specific part of the game, right? Whereas if I'm doing, like, a different playthrough, I don't know. I feel like it's more interesting throughout because there's, like, more story and stuff. There's not really story in this game. It's just kind of, like, lore here and there. I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate that, Caldwell. I'm good. It's just, like, I'm really tired, man. I haven't been sleeping as well lately. The last few days have been a little better. But it's tough, man. Chronic nightmares is not good. Old school RuneScape is always a great fallback for me. Yeah. No, like, just don't get me wrong when I say all this. Like, I'm loving this game. It's just, it brings out, like, a weird side of me. And it, like, doesn't help with, like, IRL stress. You know? That's the one thing that gets me about the idea of streaming, the desire for viewers to play the way they want me to play rather than how I want to. One of the things that holds me back, I have a short fuse when it comes to certain things. Yeah, I think you can relate then. I mean, you pretty much nailed it, Dorzen. Because, I don't know, like, I want to experience the game the way other people that love the game would like me to experience it, because there's got to be merit to how somebody wants to see it, right? But this game's just very tiring. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate though, because it's more story and strategy, which is like more my forte. Yeah, and it's a lack of sleep. It's a very big lack of sleep. Like, I'll be up like till the wee hours in the morning. I slept. Yeah, I didn't sleep all that much last night. Actually, I think I went to bed a little earlier, but I woke up a good bit earlier than I normally do. It wasn't that much sleep. But last night wasn't as bad, but like last week it was like a nightmare every night. And I don't really know like why. And I've been trying to like walk more, some diet stuff, and just general stress relieving. I think I'm just really stressed out, man. In general. I've stopped drinking as much as I used to, so I think there's like some withdrawals happening as well. Yeah, there's some withdrawal stuff happening too. It's just like it's all coming to like a head. And I feel like this game just kind of like amplifies it at times. Like I'm like way more irritable than I would normally be. That's not because I don't like the game. It's just because I'm like, I haven't mentally prepared for this kind of game in my entire life. So it's jarring. That's about it. Melatonin, tryptophan is a solid combination for helping sleep. Okay. Lily's mentioned melatonin as well. Yeah. Stress and presence of nightmares suggests something that isn't being faced and or dealt with. Yeah, I've looked up like general like why recurring nightmares. It's not really recurring nightmares. It's not always like the same thing. And it's not something I could even articulate of like what the nightmares even were. It's just like I feel like anxious while I'm asleep. Or I feel stressed while I'm asleep, like so much so that I'll like wake up, not necessarily like in a cold sweat or panic, but like my heart is beating. Yo, Steph. Thank you, man. That does mean a lot, especially when what we're talking about. But good to see you, Steph. Hopefully you've been good, dude. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, Caldwell. I think it's a combination of just life stress and you know, some withdrawal symptoms, honestly. I'm drinking a lot less than I used to, and it's been like a steady process of getting away from all that. I used to smoke a lot more marijuana too, and like I cold turkeyed it a while back. So that, I think, is a big factor as well. Because THC, like, inherently by itself, like, helps... Or, helps might not be the right word, but, like, stops dreams. At least it did for me. It's like, it can be a side effect of, like, you don't have dreams. So I think when I, like, stopped doing that, it, like... That on top of like a stressful season of life and cutting out booze, as much booze, all of the above, it's just like been really taxing. And then it all comes back to Elden Ring because it's like that side of me kind of comes out more than I'd like it to. And like there's rage for content, and most of the time when I am mad, I am like overreacting in a way. But other times, I think you guys can probably tell the difference of when I'm like rage for content versus like actually mad. So just having a journal at your bedside when you wake up, write down what you remember. It will offer you insight. Yeah, I don't know how much writing down dreams indicate anything. I don't know the science of dreams or anything like that, and I don't know. It's I couldn't tell you a single one of the nightmares that I've had lately. I just like wake up in a panic. Maybe panic is a strong word. Panic is a strong word. But yeah, like anxious. But then like when I'm awake and stuff, like day to day, most of the time, I'm not really like anxious all the time. And it's not like I'm always anxious or I'm like depressed or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's not depression. I'm like the furthest thing from depressed. There was a time in my life where I was depressed, but I think with maturity, I've kind of shook my depression. That's not to talk down on other people who struggle with depression. It's a very real thing, but I think with wisdom and experience, I've kind of overcome my depression, and now it's more of just stress, man. Finding that balance between like what I want to do and what I have to do. You know? I'm sure everyone can relate to that. Depression isn't always what one might think it is, yeah. It's not depression, though. I'm not depressed. I'm like the happiest I've ever been in my whole life. That's why it's like so weird that I'm struggling with nightmares and stuff. It's like supernatural, man. It's weird. Yeah, you too, Steph. I hope you've been good, man. Staying out of trouble, hopefully. Just try it, yeah. I'll try to start writing down my dreams, but it's like the first thing I do when I wake up, the last thing I would want to do is visualize what I was like nightmaring, right? Or articulate it. But I don't know, if you think that's healthy, try it, I guess, but I don't know. Wallowing in it doesn't seem right. Anakin Skywalker treatment. How's your mother? My mom's great. I think. A person who is or claims to be happy can and are depressive. Why you need a counselor? Okay, I mean, I'm not depressed, man. And it's not denial. It's not depression. Anxiety and depression are different things. I think the anxiety stems from it stems from being stuck in this apartment complex and like wanting to provide more. I don't know, man. It's just tough out here for creatives. Thank you, brother. You as well, Steph. All is well, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it might seem like I'm making a huge deal about this because I'm just talking for a while, but I'm just talking with you guys, vibing. I'm about to take my break. We'll come back. We'll do some talismans. If Frosty's still around, it's probably getting late for him, but don't get me wrong, dude, guys. Like, I'm seriously so happy. Like, we've got a really great community here. I have a beautiful, loving wife. The support of her family. Like, life is good. It's just sometimes I get stressed, and then like with lack of sleep and stuff, and then playing like a very rage baity game, it just kind of brings out like a weird side of me, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit, I guess. Because it's like There's been moments where like I'm presenting myself on stream in a certain way, and like I'll like watch it back and I'll be like, why did I like... That's like that's not like who I want to be. I don't want to be as irritable, and I don't want to be as like, I guess, sensitive or irritable is the best thing, because there's been times when like even you, Caldwell, would say something and like I'll respond in like a overly snippy way, and I just hate that shit. Yeah, I know, Doro, I know. Yeah, it's weird. I'm really just word vomiting and like thinking out loud. It's just, I'd like, it's probably not even a good thing that I like stream, because like I care what people think, man. And like it does bother me. Like I'm not trying to be like some kind of like messiah or like perfect person in people's eyes. Like I know people can look past like mistakes and won't label it a certain way, but sometimes you just get caught in your head, man. Like I want to make everyone happy all the time, and then like when I start getting all selfish and like in my own head, and it just like comes out as like, I don't know, like I come across certain ways, like, and I don't like it, man. So we'll have days, brother. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah, it just be like that. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for humoring my TED Talk here. Let's stop running around. Why don't you get runes per steps? Wouldn't that be nice? I'm gonna take a quick break, walk around for a little bit, but thank you for humoring me. Don't overthink it too much. Like I am in like the best place I've ever been in my whole life, you know? Like I've come out of some like really dark times, and so life is like, it's never been better. But it's been some days are better than others, man. There's my side of the family has still got its drama and stuff going on right now, and I think my mom's doing okay. You know, we're doing some stuff. We're going to see we're gonna go see a comedian pretty soon with her and my wife, which will be really fun. So I'm getting to actually spend some time with her and stuff. And I don't know. I think this song that I'm releasing soon will kind of put you guys into perspective about like where my mental has been at. I even said it like over at the end of Lil's stream the other night about like what's been like weighing me down the most. And it's realistically, it's the inevitability of mortality type shit. That's why I have the black skeleton behind me at all times, because it's like always right behind me. It's like always there, man. So it's just sometimes it catches up with me. But I appreciate it, Caldwell. Thank you, man. And yeah, the lack of sleep just doesn't help. So yeah. But I'm gonna take a break. Love you guys. BRB.